everybody, and welcome back to Dr. Ghost Games. If y'all are new to the channel, welcome. I am Dr. Ghost, and I make content for the game World of Warships Legends. Today, we're going to be in the Tier 7 American Tech Tree U.S. Navy destroyer, USS Fletcher. And this ship was recommended to me yesterday in yesterday's video by this guy here that's up on the screen. I'll go ahead and read his name off. Caleb Williston. He was the guy who recommended the Fletcher to me, so make sure you guys go ahead and go in the comments and recommend the next ship to me. I'm going to read off some ships here that you guys want to see for tomorrow's episode of American Week. Keep in mind, to everybody that's not informed, every single day in this week, so Monday through Friday, all the way leading up to 4th of July weekend, I am going to be playing nothing but American ships, and you guys are going to be the ones who are recommending them to me. So I'm going to read off a list here twice. I'm going to read it twice. Make sure you guys listen closely. You guys can choose from these ships. You guys can choose from the Iowa, the Boise, Baltimore, Atlanta, Sims, California, Somers, Alaska, Omaha, Gearing, New Mexico, and Tennessee. Pick from those ships. I'll read them off one more time. Iowa, Boise, Baltimore, Atlanta, Sims, California, Somers, Alaska, Omaha, Gearing, New Mexico, and Tennessee. The first comment I see in the comments of this video that recommends one of those ships that I just read off, I will pin that comment in the comments. I will heart that comment and I will give it a like. I will also reply to you saying whatever ship it is. Without further ado, though, let's go ahead and talk about the Fletcher. Now, what do we know about the Fletcher? I like to do a quick overview of the ships I play in my videos, and we are in the Fletcher. We know it's a destroyer, it's an American destroyer, and it is none other than easily one of the best gunboats out there. It's got 5 127mm 5-inch dual-purpose guns. Each shoot out to, I think, a base of like 11 or like 10 kilometers, almost 11 kilometers. Keep in mind the reload on these guns is like 3 seconds base. I've got it down to like 2.4 on my build. The reload is absolutely disgusting. Keep in mind you're sending out 5 guns every 2 seconds. It's absolutely awesome, and it's really, really, really fun. That's why I love my American destroyers more than anything else. And I always build them for gunboats. My commander I have on, by the way, if you guys are wondering, I have basically the premium version of William Halsey. I have Vincent Mordoff on. I run William Sims, and I run William Sims for the extra HP, and I run Eric Bay for the extra concealment. Now, William Sims is actually really nice to have because I get around 3,000 extra hit points. That may not sound like a lot for like a battleship or a cruiser, but for a destroyer, an extra 3,000 HP is absolutely awesome. And having that much HP, 20,000 HP is just awesome in of itself, and it keeps me in the battle a lot longer, and it keeps me in gunfights a lot longer too. I don't know how many games I've had in my Fletcher where I've lived on like only 300, 400 HP. And even with my HP build, if you even call it that. But yeah, so notice that we're up to only 20,000 damage. I would real quick like to say that this match is not going to be about damage at all. When I'm playing my destroyers, and if you guys are watching my destroyer videos, expect to see not a whole lot of damage, and that's just because of the playstyle that I have here in my American destroyers. I don't play for damage, I play for the win, and that's a very important thing, really, in all destroyers. I always tell people the 3 jobs, the 3 J's, if you can call it that, the 3 jobs in your destroyers, really for all destroyers, is number 1, to spot the enemy, number 2, take capture zones, and number 3, kill other destroyers. Those are your 3 jobs in your destroyers. Mainly the first 2 are the most important ones. Spotting people and getting those capture zones when you have opportunities to. And if you're in a gunboat destroyer, that 3rd job will kind of come along with that. A lot of other people, especially when they're in their destroyers, will also come into the cap. And really, you'll be killing 3 birds with 1 stone when you guys play the objectives. And that's what you should be doing in your destroyers. Damage should not be on your priority list. Winning the game for your team should be. Destroyers are the most pivotal. I get that word mixed up all the time, guys. I'm sorry. But destroyers are the most pivotal roles on your team, the most pivotal ship class on your team. And if you don't play your destroyers for the win, you're not going to have a very good time in your destroyers. Now, enough ranting about how you should be playing your destroyers. Let's real quick talk about other things about the Fletcher. The Fletcher has pretty good AA, and remember, your guns are dual purpose. What I mean by your guns are dual purpose is your main guns can also be used as your AA guns. No, they're not actually going to shoot at planes, but they will produce flak. And flak is like those little black clouds you see, those little explosions in the sky. These 5-inch guns will produce flak, which can do damage to planes. And this thing also does have a bit of Bofors. It's got a little suite of them, and it's got some, I think it also has some 20mm Oerlikons as well. So keep that in mind. The Fletcher's AA is still quite good. Don't underestimate it, but it's nothing like Friesland or anything. But it's still there, and it still can help you out quite a bit if you need it. Now, the speed and maneuverability of the Fletcher is not the best, actually. Surprisingly, it's one of the lowest. The speed of the ship is kind of mediocre, 36, 37 knots, and you can get around up to almost 40 knots with a speed boost. Most destroyers at this tier can go 40 knots easily without a speed boost. However, with the American destroyers like the Fletcher, for example, can only get about 39 knots, or maybe a little more. And that's just because of my build, maybe, but yeah, speed and maneuverability. Speed and maneuverability. I'm getting all my words mixed up today, but speed and maneuverability, not the Fletcher's strong suit, but it can do what it has to do. Now, we just got our first kill on one of the Terror Tactics clan buddies there, a TT guy in his Ostergotland there, and we just got our first kill. Not too bad at all, taking out one of the destroyers. Actually, that was the last destroyer on the enemy team. The enemy team has lost all of their destroyers up to this point, and that is a really, really, really bad thing for the enemy team there. So not too much really they could do about that, but we'll take it nonetheless. We also have all 3 capture zones as well. Now, what else is there to talk about with the Fletcher? Really not much else. It's got 10 torpedoes. They're 533mm. They go up to about 9 kilometers. They're okay, but then again, they're kind of just there so you could send them out and maybe you might get a couple hits just to get a little bit of extra damage on people, but don't depend on them too much, because really what you should be depending on is your guns in the Fletcher. The Fletcher's a gunboat, not a torpedo boat, and you should build it as such. Do not build it as a torpedo boat. Just, if you want to play torpedo boats, go play like the Japanese or something. You can have some fun with those. However, you should be playing your American destroyers as gunboats. That's exactly how you should be playing them. However, some destroyers aren't made for gunboating. Like, for example, the Somers, not the best gunboat in the world. It still can do pretty well, though, in gunboats, the gunboating category, but then again, not the best at it. Benham, not a gunboater. It's more of a torpedo build kind of destroyer. Sims, Charles F. Hughes, those kind of ships. Yeah, they're all kind of torpedo boats. However, pretty much all of the tech tree American destroyers are all gunboats, and that's how you should build them. Now, the Kid also is a Fletcher-class destroyer. You should also be building that thing for gunboats as well. Now, really, there's not much else to talk about with the Fletcher. It's got smoke screens, it's got engine boosts, all that stuff. We've already went over the engine boost a little bit in this video. But yeah, of course, it's got your American smoke, best in the game. And yeah, now, notice we're up to 27,000 damage still. Like I said, not the most amount of damage in the world, but we're still trying our best here. Now, we're going to shoot at this Charles Martel here to get some defense ribbons, so that way we can keep that cap in our control for a little bit longer. And our team does actually manage to take him out and dev strike him back to port. Very good job to the team there. That is another TT guy down. If you guys are not wondering what I'm talking about when I say TT guy, there's a division on the enemy team. They're all 3 of them are in TT, which is a clan on World of Warships Legends, Terror Tactics, so that's how I know them. And yeah, our team is doing pretty good up to this point, and I am holding off pretty well up against all these guys. Notice I'm not in a division myself, so I'll take it. I will take it. Now, since we've dealt with pretty much everybody up to this point, we could basically just do a bit of damage farming. We've killed all the destroyers. At least our team has killed the other one. I killed the one destroyer. And yeah, really we have all the caps, so there's really not much else for me to do here. So what I'm going to be doing here for the rest of this video, for the next 3 minutes, is just be shooting these 5-inch American guns. And as Anakin Skywalker once said, this is where the fun begins. And that is a very true statement in this kind of situation. This is when the American destroyers are just super, super fun. because of the reload, guys. Look at those beams, just those absolute beams of shells every 2 seconds is just, it's just something about it that really that I just really love, and that's why I love American destroyers more than anything else. And yeah. So, while we're gunboating here, I would real quick like to mention that we are almost at 700 subscribers for the channel, and just a couple weeks ago, by the way, we just got a third kill there, or a second kill, I mean, but just a couple weeks ago, we hit 600 subscribers, and just 2 weeks later, 3 weeks almost now, we are just about to hit our next channel milestone, which I think is a record for the channel. Getting 100 subscribers in almost 2 to 3 weeks is a record for me. It's a record for the channel, and that just goes to show, guys, the amount of support you guys have given over the past year and a half. I can't thank you all enough. I remember when this channel first started, when I was just a dum-dum trying to make some videos for World of Warships Legends, and I can't believe we've already come this far. We're only 10 subscribers away from 700, so if you guys are new here, go down there, hit that subscribe button, become a subscriber today, because every single subscriber will get us closer and closer to that next goal. And yeah, nonetheless, though, I cannot thank you all enough for the support. And yeah, so cheers to 700 subscribers. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys, I'll remind you again, pick one of the ships I mentioned, one of the American ships I mentioned at the start of the video, and I will pin you guys, and I will heart the comment so you guys know what ship is going to be tomorrow's video. It's going to be you guys who are going to be deciding it, but nonetheless, though, hope y'all did enjoy this video. If you guys did, you guys know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts. All of the stuff is greatly appreciated, all the support. We're top of the leaderboard with only 50k damage, guys. That's what I mean. That's what I mean right there. But anyways, peace out. Stay healthy, as always.